Alright, how you guys doing? So, this week we're gonna have to change it up a little bit. We're unfortunately not able to record this weekend at our locals because, it was just such a packed day. They had other events for other card games going on, so it was just really packed and we didn't have the space. So, we decided to go ahead and do some deck profiles this week. And, first one, I was just going to do one on the deck I've been playing lately, and that's Marshall D. Teach. So it's a really cool card. You don't play any on plays because all your on plays effects are negated. You can activate main to discard one card from your hand and turn off your opponent's on plays to the end of their next turn. So, that being said, we'll go ahead and get into this. Starting out was with the best searcher. You have Lafayette. So you get to search the top 5 for a Blackbeard card. That's really nice, and then it goes on the bottom. To activate main, you rest him and a Don to activate the effect. Next you got Stronger. It's a 2k counter. Also, it can neg 2 cost and draw you a card. All around a really, really solid card for the deck. I don't think there's a game that I go without playing a Stronger neg 2ing something. Probably one of the best cards in the deck. I'm not really entirely sure on that one. Next, I have a personal tech I play, a playset of Shirahoshi. I think this card's awesome. It'll just allow you to, if you just in-game, you want to start trying to take your thin deck and start putting more Blackbeards back in it, or, if they had popped any of your Jesus Burgesses, you can just kind of recycle those. So I find that really nice. Also, it's another 2k counter. That being said, Blackbeard hits 0, most likely we lose. So, counters are really important in the deck. Yep. So I got on Shirahoshi. Next we got Daku. It's removal for one caustic characters. So, you can neg it down and then pop it. Also, if it's KO'd, it has the ability you can draw one card. So it's really nice that, they want to get rid of it, they attack into it, they KO it. Or if it's KO'd by effects, whatever, it's on KO, draw a card. So it's really nice to just be able to either draw into another Daku or draw into another answer for your opponent. Next you have Vasco Shot. Vasco Shot's just really good against decks that like to swarm the board and just hit really fast and hard. Really allows you to just kind of manipulate those kind of boards. And it's just a really good chump blocker. Next you have Shiro. Honestly, if I'm attacking with Shiro, I'm probably losing anyway, but mostly this card's in here for the 2k counter that's searchable. I don't think I've ever actually played this card. I think it's better just to have it as a discard outlet, or a card to discard for the discard outlets, and then also the 2k counter mostly. I'm not sure after OP10 if we'll be dropping this card completely, at least down to probably a 2 of, so. Next you have your main attacker in the deck, Jesus Burgess, because it can't be KO'd by your opponent's effects. So that's really nice. It's just a really hard body to get rid of. And then it goes up 1,000 for every 4 cards in your trash. And you're probably trashing at least, 2 to 4 cards a turn, depending on what you have on the board. So it's pretty easy to start getting him to hit pretty hard. Next you have 4 Van Augur. Let's see, the Van Augur is really good just to start negging stuff, and it's a body that does it. Also, if it's KO'd, you draw a card just like Daku. So it's really good to combo with Doc Q. It's just another neg card. Also, first turn you play it, you can neg something, pop it with Doc Q, and then the next turn you have a 6k body if they didn't swing into it. So that's really good too. Alright, then for some of the higher characters, we got 2 Jack. After OB10, we probably won't be using Jack as much anymore because we have some other stuff that can pop characters. It's really nice to just kind of like recycles a card in your hand and allows you to pop a 3k or a 3 drop or less. Also, it's just like if you're playing against like the Blackbeard matchup, or like Rob Lucci or any of the other black decks that like to neg the opponent's character, your characters or the opponent's characters, and then pop them. Same type of effects in the removal. He gets an extra 4k cost, so it's going to be from a 7k or 7 drop to a 11 drop, which makes it harder for them to neg it down and pop it. Next, one of the most important cards in the deck, you got 4 Marshal D Teach. So, activate main, you can negate the effect of your opponent's leader on your turn, and then one of their characters' effects negated and can't attack till the end of their next turn. So that allows you to just kind of like stop one character from blocking, and then you have a stop a character from attacking. So you stop an attack there, and then you have a 12k blocker as well. Usually by turn 10, you just want to start dropping these bad boys. The more you get on the board, the more pressure you start putting on your opponent, and it's pretty good. Also, the 12k just being there just for next turn. If they didn't get rid of it, you can have a 12k attacker, which is pretty insane. It's pretty easy to keep them when blocking, because if they swing in for a 15, now you go up, you would have to go up 5 or 4, and you can save your blocker. So that's also why the 2Ks are pretty important in here as well. Alrighty, next are the events. You play the other one of the other searches in here, 4 of My Era Begins. You look at the top 3, you add 1 Blackbeard, and then trash the rest. So it adds more cards to your trash and searches. Oh, and its trigger ability is just activate the main effect. Next, my own personal like for the deck, because I don't like to try to go find the Laboons and try to play Laboon. Laboon's really, really good. If you can't find Laboons, I wouldn't really sweat it a whole bunch, because you can play Ice Age. Ice Age, yeah, it's only one time when you play it, versus Laboon, you can keep tapping it as long as they don't KO it. But I feel like Ice Age, you can kind of just hit your opponent's cost down a lot lower to where you can pop them with Daku and stuff. And I feel like without, there's just not too many cards that hit in this deck on a really high cost. So you want to get them as low as you can. And I feel like the neg 5 cost just really gets you there. I've tried Tempest Kick as well, but it's only neg 3. And then you have to have 10 in your trash as well. So the only good thing about Tempest Kick is you can draw a card, which gets you another card in your hand, which is really good. You can kind of play around if you want to play Tempest Kick or these Ice Ages. I personally like the Ice Age. Also, trigger KO to one of your opponent's characters of 3 or less. So if you're playing like the Doffy matchup, it can be relevant. Or just any card deck that kind of just swarms. Rob Lucci's decent card for this, or decent matchup for this card to be played against. All around, I really like this card. I think it's just a lot more solid than some of the other picks, and especially if you can't find the Laboons. Honestly, I haven't even been sweating to look for the Laboons because I have Ice Age, so. I'm not saying Ice Age is better than Laboon, but I really do like Ice Age. Next, 3 black holes. I think, if I had the room, I'd play 4 of this, but I just don't have the room currently, and, you need your neg costs and other stuff to just kind of make the deck run, so I can really only fit 3 black holes in. This is one of those cards that actually hit for KO a 4 cost or less. And, you know, you only have .Q. Even your jacks only hit 3 costs or less. So this is like the thing that can kill the highest cost of pop in your deck currently. Till we get, I believe in OP10 we get something else, but right now this is the event that will pop something pretty high, but you would still have to bring it down, which is nice for Ice Age too, because, you know, if it's a 9 cost or lower, you know, your Purple Luffy, any of the, you know, high drop characters, neg 5 cost, and then, you know, Black Hole, that's only 5 Don right there. You know, you're on 6 Don, you can Lafayette search as well on that same turn, it's pretty cracked. So I really like Black Hole, wish I can play a 4th. Next, play 3 Full Lead. Full Lead's really nice. It's a, you know, searcher for the top 3. They don't go to the trash. They go back on the bottom after you've searched your card. Also, it stays on the board. It's an event. There's not so many cards that... There is a handful of cards that pop stages. They're just not played a lot. So I feel like, you know, Full Lead's a really good, solid searcher because it's just going to be something that sits there. The only bad thing I don't like about Full Lead is the fact that you have to trash 1 card from your hand in order to actually get the search. And whenever you're already discarding for Martial Teach and stuff and wanting counters in your hand, sometimes you just can't really search with Full Lead. But there is times when you still have a full hand where, you know, you get that extra search off Full Lead, and it actually can push you further into the game. So I really enjoy Full Lead. And that is it for the deck profile. You know, let me know what you guys think. There is some changes that we'll be making for the cards in OP010. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And if you guys want to see more deck profiles, let us know. If you guys really just like the matchups and the verses, that's cool too. Yeah, if you want to see, just, you know, just kind of let us know what kind of content you guys like the most and what's the most exciting to see. You know, what matchups, deck profiles, and all that fun stuff. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.